Welcome back to Student Exposure. Did you know DC has a thriving skateboarding scene? Today we're going to take a look into the world of DC skateboarding.
My name is Jose Guzman, and I am a shop employee here at Palace 5. Guys from VA, Maryland, PA, like generally lots of parts from the East Coast to come down here just to skate. We have tons of just like historic spots like Freedom Plaza, Golden Rail, Archive, Courthouse. We get people from all walks of life, honestly, that skateboard, and that's the great thing about skateboarding. No matter your social class, as long as you have a skateboard, generally you're accepted amongst other skateboarders. I am definitely addicted to skateboarding. Anytime you hear something that sounds like a skateboard wheel rolling past just anywhere, you'll snap your neck to look out the window, see what it is. Even if it's like the sound of someone with like a rolling bag, you'll definitely like break your neck to see if it's someone skateboarding. A common injury with skateboarders is just ankle sprains, heel bruises, sprained wrist, definitely scabs all up and down your back. Like for instance, last year I fractured my ankle. I was out for about almost 7-8 months. Even after all the injuries I suffered, I continued to skate just simply due to the love of it. Some average fixes for like customers coming in here with skateboards generally is going to be either a snap board. I replace bearings just about every day, fix bushings, rethread like axles, like lots of minor stuff. Shaw Skate Park is definitely everyone's like meeting ground. Like before you have like a little street session with your friends, you definitely all meet up at Shaw, that's for sure. It's a great spot to warm up at as well. Everything's generally pretty mellow there to skate. They're taking it to a whole nother level. They're actually getting together, skating, making edits, you know, putting themselves out there as it should though. They're definitely putting the city on.
I skate Shaw Skate Park because it's in the perfect spot of the city, uptown. It's nice. It's close to U Street. A lot of good food there. There's a lot of nice ramps here, nice rails, and a nice wall ride. Coming to Shaw Skate Park, I've made a lot of friends that love skateboarding, and we go out and skateboard and have a really good time. You have to skate the ledges, the quarter pipes, the ramps, and the rails, and the wall rides. Those are the top 5 tricks. People come from a lot of places and they end up being cool, and we just end up having a good time skateboarding. When I started skateboarding, I was 13 years old, and now I'm 23. I've been skateboarding for 9 going on 10 years now. I was drawn into skateboarding by just the influence of watching TV, you know, seeing different videos, movies, like Lords of Dogtown. I've had 3 skateboard injuries in my life. I've broken my wrist and had to get stitches in my head, and recently broke my toe. But it's all for the love of skateboarding. I cannot say that there was a time that I wanted to stop skateboarding. Skateboarding is so fun, and it's a relief system. It's like therapy, and it's also a form of meditation for me. If there is a code that skaters live by, you have to give love to all skaters, you know, because, you know, the energy that you bring to the skate park has to be positive, or, you know, it will just mess it up for everybody. So skaters tend to try to stay positive and just spread love to, you know, other skaters. Shaw boys, they're really cool. I watched them growing up, and they bring really good vibes, land a lot of good tricks. When it comes to landing new tricks and learning tricks, I still fall. When you master a trick, it feels very good. You get to take it to different spots, and it's a lot of fun. It's a good feeling, just to think back on it.
How someone would go about getting into skateboarding is definitely number 1, getting a skateboard, a proper skateboard. Don't get one, like I said, from like Target or Walmart or somewhere. Generally, those would literally limit you from learning as compared to actually learning. And then just going out there, just throwing yourself in the middle of it, finding a group of friends, and then from there, I mean, you're set. You can just literally just call your homies up in the first thing in the morning, just be like, yo, you guys are trying to sesh.
Great segment. Next time I'm home at my parents' house, I'm going to have to look for my old skateboard, wherever that is. Joining us in the studio today is student producer Lloyd Hardy. Welcome, Student Exposure, Lloyd.
Thank you.
Now, Lloyd, while producing this segment, what was one of the most fascinating things you discovered about skateboarding in Washington, D.C.?
Well, I think the most fascinating thing was just breaking stereotypes. When we think of skateboarders, a lot of times we think of folks with no ambitions, no goals, just lazy, sitting around doing nothing. I mean, but nothing could be further from the truth. A lot of these guys hold full-time day jobs. There were attorneys out there skating. I mean, people from all walks of life. So shattering the stereotypes, that was the most interesting thing I've learned about this.
Great. So Lloyd, what do you think are some of the obstacles that skateboarders face here in DC compared to other cities?
Well, DC, the biggest obstacle is places to skate. DC, as you well know, has a ton of monuments, a ton of historical places, and people are attracted to those places to skate, but there are also posted no skateboarding signs there. So that's the biggest challenge, just trying to actually find a place to skate.
Well, thanks, Lloyd. In this segment, we took a peek into the world of the growing skateboarding scene here in Washington, D.C. We went to Shaw Howard Park, where we saw some great tricks and even got to speak with a skateboarder. For more information on DC skateboarding, visit facebook.com/DC skateboarding. And after the break, our last segment will give us a peek into DC's secret supper clubs. Stay tuned.